This is me on day 1 of playing CSGO for 7 days straight. Well, these 7 days are to see if I can go from this to this. Let's find out if I can do it. So first things first, I started with a casual match because on the first day I felt like I was not really ready for competitive yet. So my first game of casual went pretty okay. I got a few lucky kills and didn't do too bad, even though I was basically bottom fragging the entire time, but that's beside the point. After a few more rounds of casual, I realized that I was struggling a little bit. And as you can see from the scoreboard, I was not doing too well. But since it was still day 1, I was still optimistic. I did learn something on this day though. I learned that if you actually want to shoot them, you have to aim for their head, not the ground. But hey, that's improvement. A few more games of casual went on by, nothing really special happened. Except me talking about this pineapple and pizza guy to a friend of mine for about 30 minutes. Which, by the way, I won the argument. Pineapple does deserve to be on pizza. After I won the argument, I decided to end the day by seeing where my skills are in an aim trainer. And I'll have to say, I didn't do too bad. I went to bed having positive thoughts and ready for the next day. On this day, I decided to do more casual matches so I can implement the strategies that I got from day 1. One of these strategies was actually aiming at their head, which I did terrible at because I kept aiming at their body and not their head, but I still got some kills though. But then again, it could have just been lucky kills since I was still in casual matches. Oh yeah, with this day, I kept getting flashbanged every second, way more than the first day. And it was like 3 at night when I was recording this, so it was super bright for me. I also tried different guns this time around instead of the basic AK or the M4A1, so I gave the AWP a try. So yeah, I just stopped using the AWP. Also, with this day, the scoreboard looked way better and I was improving. I played a couple more matches and I realized my sensitivity was like Sonic fast for some reason. And because of that, I kept messing up. So I turned it down and my aim improved a lot. So I ended the day with seeing where my aim was at. And apparently my aim was amazing because I tripled my score from last time. Day 2 seemed like another success and I was ready for the next day. On day 3, I started to play competitive because I wanted to give it a try. My first game of the day was a little rough though. I kept dying and could barely get any shots off on the other team. But what I did realize is that my aim improved a lot from the other days. I even got a couple lucky kills, which I was very happy about. The game carried on with the other team absolutely dominating us. And my morale was a little bit low at this time. I even realized you can kill the chickens, which was devastating for me. CSGO was even taunting me by giving me the Fearless title, which is the person with the most deaths. I played a couple more games after that and nothing really happened, except this one game where I did absolutely amazing. In the warm-up match of this game, I gave head to some random guy in the other team. And well, he liked it a little bit too much. This game, I got about 1 kill, 2 kill, 3 kills. The kills just kept going up. I did so amazing that I even got MVP at one point for clutching up for my team. And as you can see, I was ecstatic. I played a few more games after that to see if my skills were improving, but I was stopped in my tracks when CSGO decided to just stop working. So I called it a day and tested where my skills were at. And instead of raising my score a lot like the first day, it only rose a little bit. But it still rose, so I was happy with the result. I ended this day happy with my MVP and my top frag. On day 4, I went back into competitive matchmaking again because to be able to improve my skills, competitive is the way to go. The first 2 matches had really nothing interesting happening in them, but the third match I learned a lot from. Starting off the third match, I died a few times, but it actually helped me in the long run. When I died, I got to watch one of my teammates and I realized that he was doing a sneak thing which I didn't even know about. So I gave it a try and it actually helped me a lot. With this tactic, sneaking around became so much easier and the other team didn't even know I was there most of the time. After I started sneaking around a lot, I got way more kills. Continuing on with this game, I accidentally shot one of my teammates, which inevitably made him die to the other team, which I will take the blame for because it was kind of my fault. And because of this whole situation, I gained a little bit of game sense from the experience. Right after that happened, some guy from the other team tried to knife my ass. So I just pulled out the blicky and shot him in the head. I kept on playing the match and at one point, one of my teammates just kept staring at me. I was a little confused why, but I just carried on. I ended that game with a pretty decent amount of kills and I was actually really happy with the result. 2 games after that one was probably one of the best games of the day. Starting off this game, I got MVP immediately with some crazy kills too. But that's not all. Later on in the match, I got another MVP, so 2 MVPs in total. In that moment, I realized that I had improved a lot from the first day, and I was super proud of myself. Continuing on with this game, my team was absolutely obliterating the other team. And that's when I realized I think I'm in gamer lobbies now and not baby lobbies. And I was really happy about it, even though I was still near the bottom for most of the games, but that doesn't matter. My last and final game of the day, I got another MVP, and I was killing it. Oh, by the way, there were some toxic people in my lobbies, but I just kind of ignored them and carried on with my day. I ended my final match of the day with an okay amount of kills. I opened up my aim trainer and tested where my skills were at again, and I improved a huge amount. Day 4 was a complete success. I got 3 MVPs, about 4 kills every game, and the aim trainer score I crushed. I was hopeful that day 5 was going to be even better. Starting off on day 5, the first game that I played went great. In the warm-up matches for this game, I was doing amazing, and I was locked in for this day. Oh yeah, before I forget, off camera I decided to change my hit marker. I did this because I thought the old one was a little bit too big and it was getting in my way. So I went with this tiny blue marker instead. And since I went with this marker, my aim improved. Now my aim only did improve a little bit, but we count that as improvement. I even got this crazy jump kill, which I was so confident I would die in, but I didn't, so we'll take it. Right after that happened, my cat threw up all over my floor. So I was AFK for most of the next round because I had to go clean it up. But I rushed back as quickly as I could to at least get 1 kill for the round. As this game continued, we were crushing them. We were crushing them so much that some people just decided to leave. But the game continued on. There was a moment in the game where I could have got 2 easy kills, but I ran out like a madman, which had never really got me killed. Because of this situation, I gained a little bit more game sense. Eventually, the other team decided to surrender, and that was the end of that game. I didn't do too well in that game, but I was okay with it, since the game did end quickly. A couple games went on by where I was doing pretty okay at best. Finally, I had a game where some pretty interesting stuff happened. Near the beginning of the game, someone gave me the bomb, and I've never really used the bomb before, so I didn't really know what to do with it. But that doesn't matter because that round I got a 3-kill MVP, and I clutched up for my team. I eventually got another chance with the bomb, but I completely failed with it. Later on in the game, I tried the op again to see if my skills have improved. Oh my god, you know what? No. Yeah, my skills with the op didn't improve, so I'm just gonna give up on it again. I ended that game with a pretty decent amount of kills, and I was happy with it. But the next game I think is my best game ever. For this game, I forgot to record half of the game, so I won't be able to show you some of the clips of me doing what I did. So starting off this game, I was placed into a new map that I've never played before. I was a little nervous because of this. I eventually got the bomb again in this game, and I even planted it. Not only did I do all of that, but I also got MVP on the same round. Nothing else really interesting happened in that game except me killing it with 9 whole kills. And I wasn't even bottom this time around. I ended the day by doing my usual aim trainer again. But this time around, I didn't really improve. Day 5 had its good moments, but day 5 also had its bad moments. In total, I wasn't really happy about day 5, but I was hoping day 6 will be better. So on this day, it was a bit of a struggle to get into the first game. Eventually, I got into the game and immediately there was already chaos. In the warm-up matches for this game, I saw a guy on the other team named Unfunny Men Minecraft 68, which I thought was just an interesting name. The game started smoothly with nothing really crazy happening. In one of the early rounds for this game, I was able to obtain the bomb. And instead of being nervous like I was on day 5, I planted the bomb with confidence. Right after I planted that bomb, we even won the round 2. A few more rounds went on by, and I was realizing that my money was getting awfully low in the beginning of the rounds. So I learned in the beginning of the rounds I should probably save my money instead of buying whatever I want. Additionally, in this game, someone from the other team left again. So basically, my team was just too good. I learned something else in this game. I learned to have my gun out when I'm about to go around a corner. Doing this will allow me to clear the corners to make sure there's no enemies around there. The rest of that game went pretty smoothly. The game ended with me having a terrible KD, and I was hoping that the next game would be better. But for the second game, I was also not doing great. I did learn something very important from this match though. I learned instead of just buying a gun, I should probably also buy utility like the flash and grenade. This will allow me to get more kills and make me use my brain for getting kills. After a while, the other team was crushing us, and eventually our team decided just to surrender because we didn't want to go through 4 rounds of us losing. Day 6 was not my day at all. I decided to do one more game of competitive and then call it a day because I was just not doing good. But surprisingly, this game took the #1 spot for the best game I've ever played. This game I was killing so many people, and I was just gaming, to be honest. I was getting kill after kill after kill, and I was just doing great. Near the middle of the game, my teammates were getting a little sus. Now this may have been because it was Fortnite when I was recording this, but I just moved on. Rest of the game went on pretty smoothly with the other team winning, but I was okay with it because I got 13 kills. I closed CSGO and was excited to see what my score was for the aim trainer, but it seems like I was too excited because I got even lower this day. Now day 6 was a huge struggle and it was just not my day, but I was still happy with the one game where I got 13 kills though. I was really hopeful that the final day will be better. Not really much happened this day since it was the final day and I didn't really have much more to learn, but I will still give you some highlights for this day. So for starters, in my first 3 games, I started to utilize my util like the flash and I was getting way more kills with it. I also started to save my money at the beginning of rounds so I can full buy on the 3rd or 4th round. This allowed me to get more kills because I would have an AK on the 4th round instead of having no money and a pistol. Also for these games, I would not run out and I would wait for the enemy to come to me instead of me going to the enemy. This would make it so I'm more prepared than the enemy when they push or come out. This game I was doing so good that I I even got a crazy flick kill. And at this moment, I could tell that I've come a long way from the first day. I was proud of myself. The third game ended in a tie, and the other two games were alright. I ended the third game with a decent amount of kills, and everyone on my team had MVP. These games went pretty okay, and I was happy with them. The third game better than the other two, though, but that's beside the point. The fourth game is where all the action happened. I started this game doing pretty okay, and then out of nowhere, I started doing amazing. I got 1 MVP, 2 MVP, 3 MVP, even a 4th MVP. I was even top frag the entire game, and I was just getting kills left and right. My improvement really showed in this match, and I was having so much fun. I decided after 5 games to call it a day and see where my final aim trainer score was at. My final score for the aim trainer was not too bad, but it still did not beat my high score, and I was only 13 points away from beating it too. And with that, this will conclude the last and final day of this adventure. Now, the question you may be asking is, did these 7 days make me better at CSGO? I would have to say yes. I think I improved a huge amount from day 1. Now, I am no pro, but I think I have the basics down enough where I can actually do good in games. CS2 will even be out when this video is released, so at least I'll have some skills going into CS2. I appreciate you all watching my 7-day adventure. If you guys did like this adventure, please make sure you guys hit that like button. Love you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.